I'm Vanessa Cole, your emerging leader catalyst. Our topic is the leader's greatest assignment, developing people who can carry the vision forward. And our topic is anchored in 2 Timothy 2:2. And these things that you have heard from me among many witnesses, commit these to faithful people who will be able to teach others also. Again, the scripture is 2 Timothy 2:2. So let's talk about something that every leader eventually has to wrestle with. See, at some point, if you're honest with yourself, you'll realize that the greatest contribution as a leader isn't what you personally accomplish, but it's who you develop along the way. That's the real assignment for us as leaders. And the Apostle Paul captured it in 2 Timothy very well. Take what you received, commit it to faithful people, and watch them turn around and teach others. That's multiplication. And for a leader, that's legacy. So, as we look at our subjects today, we've got three things that we're going to cover over the next three sessions. And those three things are simply this: release responsibility, trust their judgment, and empower their influence. Again, it is release responsibility, trust their judgment, and empower influence. These are the three movements that every leader needs to make. And so we're going to talk about these three things over the next three. Now, let me say this, that sometimes this can be difficult, but today we'll start at the foundation. This session focuses on releasing responsibility, letting them know that you do believe that they can do it. And here's where it gets started. This is the honest thing about it. This is where most leaders actually get stuck. We talk about wanting to develop leaders, but then we turn around and hold everything ourselves. Have you noticed that? We approve every decision. We redo what was already done. We say we trust people, but our actions communicate something very different. These are signs that trust is lacking. And releasing responsibility means intentionally giving others meaningful opportunities to lead, to contribute, and to own outcomes. Not just busy work, but real ownership. This is saying, I believe that you can do it. Now, if you're constantly the bottleneck, if nothing moves without your direct involvement, I want to challenge you. That's not leadership excellence. That's a development problem waiting to become a capacity crisis. Now, I'm a woman of faith and I lean heavily on biblical examples. Here's one with Moses and Joshua in Deuteronomy 31. And what I love about Moses is that he didn't wait until he was gone before Joshua would be developed. He developed Joshua while he was still present. He called Joshua forward publicly in front of everyone, and he essentially said this is your man, follow him. That kind of intentional public trust transfer is powerful when it's done like that. It wasn't just a private pep talk, it was a declaration. And that's what releasing responsibility looks like in action. So here's your leadership principle today. And I want you to see this as something that you can take with you. So I'm going to take a moment and put it on the screen so that you actually have this available for you. And it is simply this, is that you cannot develop leaders by merely teaching them. You develop leaders by trusting them with responsibility. I'll say that again. You cannot develop leaders by merely teaching them. You develop leaders by trusting them with responsibility. So ask yourself, what responsibility are you still holding that someone else is ready to carry? Because here's the truth I want you to sit with. If you never release responsibility, you create dependence instead of development. People can only grow as far as you're willing to let go. And the people around you are watching to see if you actually mean it when you say that you believe in them.
Releasing responsibility is just the first step. But here's a question worth sitting with before our next session. What happens when you hand someone the ball, but still control every move that they make? In part 2, we'll talk about what it really means to trust their judgment and why delegation without trust is just simply supervised activity dressed up in leadership language. We'll see you back for part 2 of The Leader's Greatest Assignment. You showed up. You learned. Now go lead like you mean it. Teach it, coach it, release it. I'm Vanessa Cole, and we don't just grow leaders here, we multiply them.